Volkswagen fancies itself as a maker of products for the aspirational middle class these days, a purveyor of premium products for the masses. That's why it's made the Arteon. This four-door GT successor to the CC has a lot in common with the Passat and the Skoda Superb, but it injects a dose of genuine sex appeal into the mix. Does it make a worthy flagship to Volkswagen's passenger car range? Let's find out. Priced at around 70 grand on the road, the German-built Arteon clearly has upmarket ambitions. It'll be cross-shopped against the smaller Audi A5, Mercedes-Benz CLA and BMW 4 Series Gran Coupe. For people who like the finer things, the design should tick the right boxes. That bold, perhaps fussy chrome nose bleeds into a swooping side profile, set off by a low, elongated roof tapering in at the rear, and the 20-inch turbine wheels. The Arteon is a little longer than the Passat, improving rear legroom, while the hatchback opening gives you about as much cargo literage as a Skoda Superb. The pillarless doors, an interesting palette including our car's chili red plus turmeric yellow, add some points of difference. This is a genuinely good-looking avant-garde car design. Sure, the name is a bit of a clumsy portmanteau, though it makes sense. But what about the cabin? There's only one spec level of the Arteon available, and it does feel a lot like a Passat Highline in here. However, there are some genuine luxury touches. For instance, these leather seats are beautifully supportive and heated, and the driver's one will even give you a massage. I also love these metallic highlights. They really lift the cabin. Other highlights are the 9.2-inch touchscreen with a novel gesture control system, the Active Info display, configurable digital instruments, pinched from Audi, and a brand new head-up display that frankly looks a little bit cheap. That stretched wheelbase gives you heaps of legroom, though the beautiful roofline does impact the headroom slightly. Amenities include a drop-down centre armrest with cup holders, rear air vents with temperature adjust. You even get heated rear seats. Plus, there's a 12-volt outlet and a USB point to charge your devices on the go. There's room for a few suitcases in that massive boot, and a commendable full-size spare wheel too. Volkswagen is using the Arteon as a bit of a rolling tech showcase, particularly in the realm of active safety, which becomes ever more important as we move towards a future with fully autonomous vehicles. The headline act is an emergency assist system activated when you're using the lane keeping aid and adaptive cruise control. After about 30 seconds of partially autonomous highway driving, the car chimes to tell you to take over the steering. If you don't respond, the onboard computer decides you may be asleep, or worse. So it tries to wake you with an intermittent gong, puts the hazard lights on, jolts the brakes abruptly, and theoretically keeps you in your lane. Finally, it'll come to a halt, slowly and as safely as possible with the hazards on. We trialled this system and found it worked exactly as advertised. Warning though, after one use, you need to let the system reboot itself before it will work again. The drivetrain is familiar from many other VW Group products. It's a 2-litre turbocharged petrol 4, making 206 kilowatts of power and 350 newton meters of torque from just 1800 ppm. Volkswagen claims frugal fuel use on the combined cycle of 7.5 litres every 100 k's and a 0 to 100k sprint time of 5.6 seconds. Brisk. The engine is mated to a 7-speed wet clutch DSG and a 4-motion all-wheel drive system with variable torque distribution. It's not exactly sonorous. The old 3.6-litre naturally aspirated V6 engine in the previous CC definitely sounded better. But on the plus side, you've got a really wide torque band that doesn't just ensure effortless cruising, but it also gives you immediate rolling response, no matter what your engine speed is. The DSG dual-clutch automatic gearbox is typically crisp and decisive when you're on the move, but it's also pretty well behaved at low speeds around town, showing none of the jerkiness that previous iterations were prone to. The 4-motion on-demand all-wheel drive system ensures really good traction off the line. Like other premium Volkswagens, the various driving modes that adjust the throttle calibration, gearbox shift points and steering resistance also control the adjustable dampers, ranging from soft in comfort to firm in sport. Not that any car on 19 or 20-inch wheels like this one is ever going to be the final word in plushness. Nevertheless, the Arteon does the comfort thing pretty well, even on patchy, corrugated, coarse chip roads like the one that we're on right now. It irons out sharp hits relatively well and the body control stays flat against lateral loads. Also, the sports damper setting is probably a little bit too stiff and firm for this car's average buyer. I personally would leave it in comfort mode most of the time. So that's a quick look at the Volkswagen Arteon, a high-tech and sharply dressed GT that'll lure in prospective luxury buyers after something a bit more spacious and less ubiquitous at this price point. Go to caradvice.com for more info.